Ever notice how it's never a Ferrari or a Lambo in those viral police chases? It's always a BMW M340i, a Dodge Charger, or a C63 AMG. You'll see a Z06 or a G80 M3 blitzing through traffic in those dashcam clips with sirens wailing in the background. There's a reason these mid-level performance cars keep showing up. They hit the sweet spot between price, power, practicality, and stealth. And when someone decides to run, they give you the best shot at getting away. Not that we're encouraging it. But if we're going to talk about why it happens, we gotta understand the whole picture. Let's start with the cars themselves. Take the BMW M340i. You're looking at a 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six pushing around 382 horsepower stock. With an xDrive all-wheel drive system and launch control, it does 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. Now you slap a Stage 2 tune and a downpipe on that, and you're comfortably in the low threes, maybe even sub 3.5 territory. It looks like a regular BMW sedan to most people, but it'll gap a stock Mustang GT. Now compare that to the G80 M3. Twin-turbo inline-six, 473 horsepower in the base, 503 in the competition. It's a step above the M340i in handling, braking, and top-end stability. Same goes for the Z06, a proper track weapon, or the Dodge Charger Hellcat. That car is a sledgehammer with 700-plus horses and straight-line muscle. These are the cars that dominate cut-up culture, where speed and torque matter more than outright luxury or price. But here's the kicker. They blend in. A matte black M340i or a white C43 AMG doesn't draw nearly as much attention as an orange McLaren. That matters when someone wants to hit a ramp, duck through traffic, and disappear into suburbia. These cars are fast, but they're also familiar. Unassuming, which means it takes cops longer to clock them. Now let's talk about the actual laws. In New York State, fleeing an officer in a motor vehicle is a criminal offense. Third degree is a misdemeanor. Second degree, which kicks in if someone gets injured or there's a speed element involved, is a Class E felony. And first degree, involving death or extreme risk, is a Class D felony. The penalties go from a few $1,000s and up to a year in jail to serious prison time for first degree. And let's not forget reckless driving and endangerment tacked on top. Yet people still run. Why? Because enforcement is hard when the chase gets risky. NYPD has protocols limiting high-speed chases. Most departments across the U.S. do. If the suspect's not armed and the risk to civilians gets too high, the pursuit often gets called off. That's where these cars shine. They accelerate fast, handle sharp corners, and can weave through traffic in ways an Explorer police interceptor can't keep up with. There's also the reality that many of these guys have scouted the route. It's not random. They prep for this like it's a sport. And when they run, they're in tuned cars with power, control, and confidence. Doesn't mean it's smart, it just means the odds are stacked in their favor. And let's not forget the tech. A lot of these cars have driver assists, radar crews, stability control, launch modes. If you know how to exploit them, you can rip from a dead stop without spinning tires. And if you know how to control oversteer, you can use traction in ways cops can't replicate in heavier vehicles. This all creates the perfect storm. Cars with enough power to outrun cops in the short term. Systems that reward engagement and skill. Legal gray zones where chases might be terminated. And social media clout for the ones who pull it off and post about it. The more they get shared, the more others want to try. So, yeah, it's not hypercars doing the running.